What is the hardest level in Geometry Dash? Most of you would say, oh, that's easy, it's Thinking Space 2, which isn't wrong. The question would be, what is the hardest verified level? So what's the hardest level that isn't verified? And here this question becomes way more interesting, and you might think the answer is way simpler than it actually is. So let's get into it. A lot of you already know about the impossible levels list. This is the list where you have all your standard impossible levels, like Eternus, Angelicide, Silent Circle. So you might think that, oh well, then the top one of that list, which is Open Window, is the hardest impossible level, right? Wrong! This list still operates on a number of pretty limiting rules. You can read all of them here if you want. For example, there are some pretty limiting rules when it comes to CPS, which makes it so you can't make one of these levels where you have to click a bajillion times per second or something. We start pushing the game to its limits. Compared to these levels, the top one ILL might as well be auto. So first off, we have the hardest physically possible levels list, or PPLL for short. And the rules of this list state that the levels must be physically possible in normal mode, and must at least be harder than the hardest ILL level. Here you have levels like PPLL Light, Nisus, and the current top one, Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth. I think that's how you pronounce it. You have to click 2 million times per second for this many seconds. And for those who aren't good with numbers, well, basically the heat death of the universe would have happened a million, billion, bajillion times over before even 0.1% is reached. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty difficult level. So what could possibly be harder? Well, fear not, because for some reason there are indeed harder levels. Wait, we're pretty far into the video. Are you really gonna tell me you haven't smashed that like button yet? If you're enjoying the video, make sure to smash the like button for more epic content. And yeah, that's it. Continue watching. But for that, we need to get over to the theoretically possible levels list, or TPLL for short. And here the rules state the levels must at least be harder than the current hardest PPLL level, and a bunch of yapping that I'm not gonna read. Here you got levels like Doki by Swede 4K, or Tower of Femboy? What? Right, and the top one, Last Hope, where you have to click a lot of times, and if you're wondering what the hell are you looking at, well, me too. Basically it's a really big number, so yeah, it's a hard level. So how possibly can it get more difficult from here? First, I want to cover the infinite clicks levels list, since I actually have no clue if it's harder than TPLL, but it's basically levels where you have to click an infinite amount of times to pass the level. Nothing really that interesting is here. There is also a bunch of rules, mainly one that doesn't allow levels to have an absolute infinity amount of clicks, because then it'd be the forever top one, so we just have a bunch of levels that require bigger and bigger infinities of clicks to be beaten. Then we have the PILL, which is like the PPLL, but the levels are physically impossible. Also here the rules state that the level must be harder than the TPLL top one, so we know we moved a step up. Here we have levels like Dawn 618! I've been waiting for this one. Emptiness, and the current top one, Echoes of Solaris. Which I don't even know what's the difference between these levels, because all of them are just straight up impossible, like you literally just need no clip to beat them, so I can't tell you what makes these levels harder than any other ones. So, is this it? Have we reached the complete utter limit of Geometry Dash difficulty? Well, kinda? The result of extremely obscure lists that I can't find anywhere, and I don't know if they actually exist, so the PILL seems to be the last reliable source. However, as a bonus, I can show you one level that I know of that might be harder than all the levels we've previously went over. The mathematically impossible luck-based levels list. That's a mouthful to say. And what it means is that the levels last for an infinite amount of time, and for example, every second that passes you have a 50% chance of dying, which over the course of infinity makes your chance of survival 0. I don't know if this list is actually real, I couldn't find any website for it, but there is one level that I saw that claims to be on such a list, and to actually be the top one. So here is Empty Child by Northexu, I think, I'm not sure. which there's only one YouTube video of. Yeah, it looks like every other impossible level, but here you have to click this many times, and it's RNG somehow, so I guess it's harder than clicking this many times, so that's cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to smash like and smash subscribe and all the other stuff. And please just stop LARPing Ton 618 as the hardest level ever. Thank you. Okay, see ya.